Hello everybody, my name is Andy. So I couldn't really believe it from before. Can I see the show of hands again? Who has used Uber?
Who has?
Who has? Because usually I'm at conferences where there's like maybe it's, I don't know, like 10%, 20% of people who have used Uber, so this is truly amazing. What's that? Exactly. So let's see if there's anything I can add to the speakers who presented before me. Most of it has been said. Let's see. So on the left side, we see. So there's two things happening, right? There's 2 billion cars on this planet, which create a big chunk of CO2 emissions, and that's funny enough only 4% of the problem. The car sits idle 96% of the time. And we have seen that there is a lot of parking lots that are needed for that. So I think on average, there's like 7 parking lots for 1 car. You need one at home, you need one at work, you need one at the supermarket, all that. But things are changing, and environmental awareness is increasing. We know that. Cars are not a status symbol anymore, and smartphones became the center of our lives. We all have them. And in this kind of environment, Uber has started 7 years ago. Now we're available in over 400 cities worldwide and 70 countries. And as it has been said before, we're doing about 5 million trips a day, having 1.5 million driver partners, just to give you some kind of numbers. So this is Paris, just like as one of the examples how Uber kind of develops over the years. In 2012, we started in Paris. As like all new things that start in cities, we started in the city center and kind of developed to kind of cover not only the city center but also the suburbs, and then kind of reaching into the rural areas as well. Here a picture of London, kind of showing how Uber and public transportation is a perfect match. The white dots are stations of public transport, subway in London, and the blue lines are Uber trips, but only these ones that started and ended at public transportation stations. So basically the famous person mile is being taken by Uber to get to the train station. We didn't even plan for that, but that was a really nice experiment. London started the night tube not too long ago, and what we see here is in the highlighted area down there, that's the city center of London, and we just checked basically after the night tube was launched, how the pickups basically changed for us. And what we've seen is that in the city center, the pickups dropped, so like fewer people actually ordered an Uber. But at the same time, in the outskirts, more people ordered an Uber. So what happens is basically people prefer fast, efficient public transportation if it's available, but then they take Uber to cover the last mile in the outskirts of London. So that was a super nice experiment, just like to see how these two things kind of play together. Just like an example of the colorful world out there, on the left side I'm going to talk about that. So cities actually start changing how they subsidize or how they spend the money. Instead of building park and ride parking lots over and over again, a city in New Jersey decided to subsidize Uber trips for all the citizens in the town to get to the nearest subway station for people who want to go to New York City. So like for these guys, I think it's $2. And that's it. So basically $2 for sure you can take an Uber to the closest public transportation node. And if it's beyond that, the city is actually covering that. So just to show how far that actually can go. And then there's Uber Pool. I'm sure like with this number of people who have used Uber, it's nothing new. Uber Pool is basically where the system, where the app recognizes when more people go in the same direction and puts it in one car or in the same car. This is one trip I took in San Francisco a while back. The green dots are basically where people get into the car. The red dots is where somebody gets out. I basically just enter the address where I want to go, the hotel. It shows me that I arrive at 29 minutes past 10 p.m., a reasonable time to be back at the hotel, I would say. And then without much detour, I basically had to pay a third of the price because like multiple people were actually getting in the car and getting out. And that's what we learned. Uber Pool only works in situations in cities where the density of demand and supply is super high, because you only do it once, or you only do it over and over when the detour is limited. And that's the reason why we have Uber Pool only in like 10% of our cities. And just a couple more words on that. It's good for the driver, obviously, because the utilization of the car increases. The driver has permanently a paying customer in the car. For the rider, obviously, it's cheaper, but also for the city. Let's see if that works. Yeah, for the city, it's good because it takes cars off the road. On the right side, we see Uber Pool trips the way they happened. On the left side, a simulation of what would have happened if everybody would have taken his own or like a separate car. So you see the density of traffic is a lot higher on the left side by quite a bit. Obviously, if you put more people in fewer cars, you save a lot of driven miles, a lot of gallons of fuel, and a lot of CO2. Probably nothing new that millennials, young people, do not buy cars that early, that often anymore. The driver's license is basically getting done later and later. So 10% of the millennial Uber riders say they gave up their car and they're basically just using the mobility mix that's out there. Public transport, Uber, Lyft, taxis, walking, car sharing, all that kind of stuff. So right now, ride-hailing or ride-sharing, as we say, accounts only for 4% of all miles driven. There's a simulation that shows that by 2030 it will be 25%. And that's good because, and everybody's talking about self-driving cars, but we cannot go from where we are today, everybody, basically exaggerating, everybody owns his own car, to a world where we share self-driving cars. It's just not possible. But there has to be something in between, and that's ride sharing, where people give up their own car and utilize the mobility mix, and then as basically as a next step, then we can do self-driving cars in a shared way, and I guess the numbers differ a little bit. We see that 90% of the cars can be basically taken off the roads if you use self-driving cars in a shared manner. And then I guess the picture is always the same. On the left side you have a gray, sad-looking city with a lot of parking lots, a lot of cars. On the right side the vision, green, not that many parking lots, and hopefully the future. Thank you.